When was it that you had that time? You did a good thing. You gave some needed supplies to another vessel.
Okay, I was turned and sent out with a multi-commodity oils and so forth, and a couple of planes on the mechanic deck out to Incheon, you see. And what they done in Incheon, because there's such a terrible rise and fall in the tide, they turn around and you drop anchors and kedge back in, you see. And so they hooked up a hose from ashore, and I supplied them with heat, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And this was when all the kids were running around in the 1951 Christmas, and they'd lost their units, and oh God, they were in terrible shape. I turned around and I said to the steward, I said, look, you want to open up the stores and give these kids everything that we've got in here that you can? And he said, well, will you log it, Captain? I said, sure. So I logged it. And about a week later, I got word from Yokosuka Naval Base that I was to proceed to the Gulf and pick up a load of light crude and go refuel the fleet. So I said, well, I request that I either stop in Singapore and refuel, or come to Yokosuka to refuel. I said, because I'm low on stores. And back come the flag. What do you mean you're low on stores? You just left the United States a month ago or so, and you were a fully loaded ship. You had 2 years supply on there, and you got nothing now? So, turned around and then come a flag a little bit later. Come on down to Yokosuka. So down I go to Yokosuka. What do you think? You're going to have a captain's mast. You're going to make an example of me. There was a red line put in the jacket. I was finished. I knew I'd never get anywhere anymore. Once you get that red line, man, you get all the nasty, worst things I can think of.
So what a nasty bunch of bastards.
Yes. So I said, okay. So I went up to the Persian Gulf. I refueled the fleet, and I came back to the United States in San Diego Naval Base. And my time was up. I had to re-up. So they asked me if I would turn around and I would re-up. And I said, no way. That finished my career. But I was proud of what I did.
Well, I'm proud of you for doing it.
Well, you see, Les, in those days there was so much rivalry between the forces, you know, the Air Force, the Army, the Marine.
Oh, how well I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, you know the problem that you had too, you know, getting...
Hell, yes.
Yes.
I had it all the time.
Yes. Terrible.
I remember one time later when I was working with Japan, the Prime Minister of Japan, I went to a dinner that he attended and was the principal speaker, and I was one of the senior advisors to the Japanese government building their new self-defense force. And Prime Minister Yoshida gave a speech during which he said they would build an academy on the foothills of Mount Fuji, which has religious value to the Japanese. Mm-hmm. And he said it'll be an academy from which will emerge Army, Navy, and Air Force graduates. But he said that first year they will all be together at the same level. Nobody knows who's going to go into which service.
Right.
We're not going to foster the kinds of anti-service rivalries that they have in the United States.
Yes.
And he was a brave man for saying that.
Yes.
In front of all these American high-ranking officers.
Oh, yes.
He knew they couldn't deny it. I was proud of him.
Yes. We are so fortunate, Les, that you and I had the experience that we did
Yeah.
and lived to tell it.
And you know, and most of that experience would die with us unless someone like Judy
Uh-huh.
records it. Yeah.
We sure had some good times and some happy times.